Hello everyone, welcome inside the Red Earth Production Studios for another edition of YBMcast, and today we have our player spotlight with
Jake McCutcheon.
There you go. I love that, man. You jumped right in there. That's awesome. I love that. Jake McCutcheon, thanks for being on the show, man.
Thank you for having me.
We're going to talk a little bit about what makes Jake Jake, right? And I know we're going to have some fun talking. We hope you enjoy it. Look, if you like what we're doing, please hit the subscribe button. Hit that dinger next to the subscribe button. That's what we do around here. We hit dingers.
Okay, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You like that?
Okay.
And that will get you all your notifications for upcoming episodes of YBMcast. So we're going to get right into this. Jake, you play high school baseball at
Francis Howell High School
with Coach Perkins.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Last year, a little tough ending,
Yeah,
whatnot.
Yep.
But let's back up a little bit.
Yep.
Growing up, did you play all kinds of sports growing up, or was it just mainly baseball? What'd you do?
Baseball was always my main sport. Pretty much started that at like the age of 3, I think. But I played basketball at the same time. You know, I kept doing those. I'd always hit and stuff during the winter, but I'd play basketball on the same days. But yeah, and then once I got to 7th or 8th grade, I kind of hung up the basketball shoes. I was all right.
Yeah.
You know, I wasn't like, I'm not big. I couldn't dunk or anything. So, but
You don't have to dunk if you can knock down
yeah,
threes.
I could shoot a little bit. I used to be kind of timid on the basketball court, which was my problem. I'd like to pass before I could create my own shot, but it was fun. It was fun. Yeah.
So you're playing ball. What was that like? What were you doing? Travel baseball? Where'd you play? Did you play locally? How was that growing up?
I started off in the Kirkwood League with my cousin, and he was a year up. So I played a year up, did that for like 3 or 4 years, and then I joined a select type team. We didn't really travel around that much. Maybe to like Lensfield is the farthest.
Right.
Did that for a couple of years. We were good, and that's where I kind of started to realize I was all right. And let's see, going into probably really started traveling maybe like 10U, 11U, 12, probably around 12U actually.
Yeah.
Started joining the Pirates, so we went to like Cooperstown and stuff like that. So
How'd you like Cooperstown?
it was fun. It was fun.
Yeah.
We went to the last 16, and then ran into like one of those teams from California, and that was the end of that.
It happens. Right?
Actually, funny story. That was a heartbreaking loss too. I was on the mound and I hadn't pitched much, and I balked in a run to give up the lead, and we ended up giving up like a couple more runs. But that was basically how that ended. So.
I feel bad for you.
Yeah.
But it's a fun. Cooperstown's great.
Yeah.
Did you get a home run there?
I did not. I did not hit for power back then. And I was a little kid. I was younger.
Yeah. Okay.
So,
okay.
Yep. And we always used to go down to like, what was it? What's that place? South Haven, Mississippi.
Oh yeah.
And we'd get our butts handed to us down there. That was, yeah.
So growing up that way, you're from Missouri, you're going and seeing these other teams, and you're going to these places like Mississippi. You went to Cooperstown. You see some of these teams from some of these so-called, big states.
Yeah.
As you started getting into, the higher age groups and whatnot, how'd you think about what'd that make you think about that process? Did you, and your ability to play baseball at a high level?
Well, back then, a lot of those kids were super early developed. And I was like, wow, they're just on a different level than kids in Missouri. But it evens out after a while, to be honest. Like, I think, any kid from Missouri can go compete with kids from Mississippi, or, it doesn't matter what state you're from, per se.
When you got so you're finishing up, you're playing ball, you started playing some select travel ball, you're getting into high school. I'm going to read this off because I think it's interesting. We pulled up your PBR report from your freshman year.
Yep.
Your freshman report. This was from June 11th, 2019. It says McCutcheon is a slender-framed, 6 foot, 165-pound, left-handed hitting middle infielder.
Yep.
Now that struck me because I'm watching it. I was like, did you always hit left-handed?
Yep.
Really?
Never hit righty. I've never picked up a bat righty, except for in like a wiffle ball or something.
So Right-handed throwing
Yep.
shortstop, hitting lefty. That's
Natural.
and it was natural.
Yep, natural.
Wow.
Yep.
Nobody had to push you to do it.
That's all. Yep. I just picked up a bat lefty, and that's felt right, felt better. So I didn't even know what the right side felt like. I guess I just started hitting lefty.
Have you ever thought about switch hitting?
Yeah, I thought about it, but at the end of the day, it's kind of I'm always working on my left-handed swing.
Sure.
I don't really want to go over and do another hour and a half worth of work on my left or my right-handed swing. I mean, I've heard a lot of people say it's harder to switch hit because
I would imagine, yeah.
You got to work on both swings.
The whole thing is, what you do left-handed may not translate to the right-handed side.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
Okay, so that was your 2022 class.
Yep.
You ran a 7.1960, a 4.6 home to first. At the plate, McCutcheon, it said, posted an exit velocity of 84 miles an hour. Starts an athletic stance, leg lift, in the inline stride, level bat path, minimal head movement. Showed primarily line drive and fly ball contact to right field during batting practice. Defensively shows some athleticism, soft hands, glove tap from transfer to throw. You still do that?
Well, I think I did it in that one to get my arm velo.
A little more, right? Yeah, there you go. Strong arm with a positional velo of 86. That's a pretty good throw. For 86 freshman across the field. Prospect to keep an eye on as he develops. All right, that's freshman year. You're a senior now. Now, in the recruiting process, you start off with that.
Yeah.
You're looking at that. Mm-hmm. What does that tell you?
Honestly,
at that time, were you really aware of those types of things?
Like my numbers wise?
Yeah, and what that meant, and how did you use that? Were you really
I always used that as like a baseline for, okay, I'm going into the off season. I want to get faster. I want to throw harder, and I want to hit the ball harder because that's what baseball is about. Right. So, going into because this was right after my freshman year.
Okay.
Going into my freshman year, the year before, I ran significantly slower than that. I threw hard. I didn't throw as hard. I think I gained like 7 or 8 miles an hour between 8th grade and freshman year. And I think I gained like 10 miles an hour exit velo probably.
Do you have your numbers at this point?
I've done them privately, not at a thing.
Sure.
But yeah, they've improved. I think, or my 60s in the 6'8" range now. Infield velos like upper 80s, right around 90. And the exit velo there was weird. I think it was off a tee, maybe. I haven't done that. I do it off machine now, and it's like topping out around 100. So
wow,
yeah,
very good. So, and as we're talking, about these things, that's freshman. After your freshman year, right? And we're talking to kids, we're talking to people. I think that's the best thing to look at when you see these numbers. Can you take a look at that and see how you compare against other shortstops in the area as far as recruiting, right?
Yeah. Well, yeah, like you might say, at that time I might go and look at so-and-so's recruits. I might go look at, some SEC recruit or something and say, oh, his numbers are just a little bit better than mine or something or they're not much better than mine. What the heck? But it's easy to compare if the other kids have been to showcases or not. So,
but sometimes that's when the kid is like 6'4", 220, right?
Yeah, it's not all created equal. And there's some kids that, showcases and everything. You could have good showcase numbers and not really be a good baseball player. So.
Have you done that? Have you showcased well and then you go out and you play a game and it's just like, oh man, I didn't.
Yeah. A lot of those showcases are tough because you might get like one at bat every 3 or 4 hours because there's so many kids at them. That one actually I didn't play in the game. I just did the showcase because not a funny story at all, but I hurt my arm doing the infield velo on that. So yeah.
You're trying to show off a little, right?
I was, and I was super sore because I just played a tournament, and then I ended up straining my forearm. So
you got to be careful. Right?
Yeah, it's not all it's not all, you got to pick and choose when you want to go to those things and not.
So you've done this now. As we're talking about the recruiting process, when you started looking at this at this age, were you thinking college baseball?
Yeah. I'd say after like 8th grade year, I kind of started to want and play college, realizing I could play Division I because a couple kids on my team started getting recruited, one of them committed to Tennessee. And so I realized that, maybe he's not, I can play at the same level he can. So,
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. And that's, that group of kids, if you're sitting there, if I'm competing along with these people, that gives you an idea of where you're at.
Where you're at. Yeah, for sure.
So when you're talking about, you didn't play locally after a certain amount of time. You told me you've played for the KC Royal Scout team.
Yep.
When'd you go there?
Right after, fall of sophomore year. So that after the freshman year was my last year playing locally, and then I went to the Royal Scout team right after that, like in August or so. So, yeah.
How's that experience been?
I love it. I love that team. You get really good coaching. You get coaches that have been in their organization, coaches that have helped them out over the years, and they teach you all the stuff that the Royals minor league system actually, like they implement what the Royals minor league system is. So it's not just the baseball side of it. You have to act like a college baseball player in the hotel. They make you stay clean shaven, this, that, and the other. They have buses that you have to ride around on. So it's fun. Yeah.
So tell me, with this experience, how many people have you met throughout this experience as you've been traveling around playing with this team? Guys that you played against, guys you played with. How's that helped you develop relationships and build, maybe for just a maturity as you're moving into your senior year of high school?
Yeah, I mean, you meet a lot of different people in baseball. Even training where I train, there's pro ball players in there all the time. You meet them, you get to see how they act, and it kind of helps you realize, I need to work like that guy does because look where he's at. So, yeah.
So you've already committed to Missouri State.
Yep.
How was that process?
It was pretty. I mean, Missouri State was one of my top couple schools that I wanted to go to, and they were my first offer. I got offers after that, but once I got that offer, I started. It was hard because it's hard to get the first offer. And then once you get the first offer, then other schools they start to get jealous and they want to chip in and get an offer to you because it kind of validates to them that you're good, that knowing that someone else wants you. So that's kind of how that's kind of how it worked. And then I let it play out over a couple months, I guess, and then ended up committing there.
Who else did you get offers from?
I got offered by Wichita State, and I was talking to Arkansas, Mizzou, and Tennessee. And, yeah.
Very good.
Yeah.
But now let me ask you this. Missouri State program, Coach Gutton, it's there, right? But you have aspirations for the MLB, yes?
Yeah, after college, for sure. Get drafted.
So I'm going to play devil's advocate a little bit here and kind of go, what if that doesn't happen? What is why did you pick Missouri State not only for the baseball but for the school?
Yeah, I think, they got a good business program, and you can do a lot of things with a business degree. So there's nothing wrong with going to a school like that.
Right.
Yeah. But you have to be careful with, in my opinion, you need to go to school in case something doesn't happen, but you need to be all in on what you're going for.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
And I think, but I do think it's important that when you're looking at the school, like you said, Missouri State was at the top, but you understood that they have a business, and they do. Their business admin program is one of the best in the country. Yeah. And it's an understandable thing. You got to be all in.
Yeah.
I agree with you.
Yeah.
But I think it's important that once you're at school, you know what you're doing there, and it is still student athlete. Right?
Yep. Just like high school.
Oh man, you're and so this shows me too. You know, you're Missouri State. You're ranked 7th in the state in the PBR rankings.
Yeah.
You're 426th overall, and I know people go 426. Yeah. There's a lot of people
players,
in the nation. That's the national, and you're ranked 89th in your position nationally.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. If you're in the top 100, I think in your position, you're getting you're in pretty good shape there, and I think that shows very well for you as an athlete. The interesting thing that I see here is when you're looking at Missouri State, how many guys are ahead of you? Shortstop. You're playing shortstop, right?
Yeah.
Did you look at that when you're looking at how many middle infielders are there, and what are you looking at that way?
You might look at it a little bit and say, oh, there's not many shortstop, second baseman, third baseman. But in reality, if there is, it doesn't matter. If there isn't, there isn't. You know, you're gonna have to beat someone out no matter what, no matter where you're going. It's not just gonna be, okay, you're our starting shortstop next year. So,
I love it.
Yeah.
Go compete, right?
Yeah.
Last year, you guys lost in the district finals to Zumwalt West.
Yep.
Got a new season coming up. You're a senior. All state, honorable mention, all conference, first team, shortstop. Kind of a bitter taste in your mouth from last year?
From last year for sure. That was a tough last game. Some tough breaks at the end. You know, we're up 6-0 in the 6th inning.
Yeah.
Everybody's thinking, oh, here we go. We're going to the Final Four. And some mistakes on my part, infield's part. Yep, that's baseball. So,
how do you shake that off? Set your mind in the right place moving into this season.
It wasn't too hard because at the end of the day, it's a baseball play. You know what I mean? I shook it off like that night. It is what it is. I've made it. Everybody. We've all made mistakes on the baseball field. Every team has.
Yep.
And even though it's magnified because it's the state quarterfinal game, it's really you didn't do anything more wrong than the team didn't do anything more wrong than when we lost to say Staley in April. So.
Right.
Yeah.
That's right. I'm sorry. I had correction. It was state quarterfinals because they changed all the stuff.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. They did. Isn't there? There's only like 6 games now, and there used to be like 8 or something. So
Exactly. So this season, looking forward to it.
Yeah.
What do you got? Do you got a prediction? Coach Perkins maybe get on me a little bit here for that.
The goal is to win state every year, no
right.
matter what. And I think our team is going to be better than people think. We got some good pitching coming in. We got good reinforcements in the field. Everybody, that JV team last year won I'm pretty sure they won every single game. So, and the chemistry on the team is really good. I know all those kids. We're all really close. So, and we'll all be similar age classes too. A couple of sophomores, obviously, and then juniors and seniors. So.
Very good.
That's always a good thing. Yep.
It just kind of reloads.
Yeah.
I know that's people with Francis Howell. It seems like every
There's
time
always going to be.
It just
watching 4 years, there will be another really good player. And
I think you guys. It's a wealth of talent. It's an opportunity. I think Coach Perkins does a great job.
Yeah.
Preparing you guys for the season.
Yeah.
Coach Sissel.
Yeah.
They do a good job over there.
Yeah.
And when you're looking at these juniors from the JV coming into it, are they aware of what the expectations of Coach Perkins and all that? How does that filter? You played, I'm sure, JV ball coming up.
Yep.
How does that filter upwards that way?
I think you understand it because a lot of those kids will come up at the end of the year and they're in the fight for the playoff race. You know what I mean? They're they're in the dugout with us, so they kind of know. But yeah,
very good.
Yeah,
very good. One last thing, we're going to get you out of here. Family's important, isn't it?
Yeah.
How's your family been through this process, helping you make these decisions, helping you?
Yeah. Obviously, the college thing. If you're talking about that was kind of all me. they're staying out of it. They're not saying, oh, you need to go here, you need to go here. Think about this thing. Yeah.
Very good.
And but as far as like going in baseball, my parents have made sacrifices, obviously money and time wise. My dad's always getting off work at 2:00 to come throw BP to me every single day. So yeah.
That's commitment. Right?
Yeah. He's in it just with me. Same type of thing. He's you know what I mean?
Thanks, Dad.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
And
Big
Mom
part.
driving you everywhere,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
It's always fun when you look back and as you're moving upwards, you're going to be going to school.
Yeah.
It's tough for parents.
Yeah.
It really is
Yeah.
because we've kind of watched all that through that, and you're just kind of like, there he goes.
Yeah.
I just got to try now.
Yeah.
Now I'm driving somewhere to watch him play.
Yeah. I'm sure my parents will be there watching.
That's a nice factor.
Yeah.
Because
it's
Mom
not
and Dad,
too far away.
It, 3.5 hours basically.
We got a house on Table Rock Lake too, which is like an hour, 45 minutes away from Springfield. So
there you go.
Yep.
Makes it easy, right?
Yep, it does.
Jake.
Yep.
Thank you, man.
Thank you for having me. Yep.
Appreciate it.
Yep.
Appreciate it. Jake McCutcheon, senior, Francis Howell High School. Good luck to you guys this year.
Thank you.
And hopefully we'll see you in the state playoffs.
Yep. I hope so too.
All right. Hey, everybody, thanks for joining us today. We appreciate you. Again, remember, if you like what we're doing, hit the subscribe, hit that dinger, because that's what we do. We hit dingers. All you pitchers, this is good advice, I want you to know.
Okay.
Good advice. All you pitchers, keep throwing strikes. You hitters, you know what the old saying is?
No, I do not.
That's all right. Most people don't. I'm an old guy.
Yeah.
Hit them where they ain't.
Okay. Yeah.
Everybody have a great
good
day in the
strategy.
Lord. We'll see you next time.